Hello, what's that? What's that? We got a 10-minute game here against a Croatian Hunter. That's fucked up, man. Croatian Hunter? Well, Batman versus Croatian Hunter. It's gonna be a battle of the Predators, I guess. Apex Predator season begins. Uh, we don't want to get rushed up here. Like Queen here a lot more after the night commitment there. Very often the knight wants to come here, and now I won't have to spend the tempo. So I quite enjoy that. Um, but there is a question mark over how he continues the development. Actually, there's a bit of a question mark, and there's a question mark on where I developed the knight. Here might seem like the most logical square, actually, which it typically isn't in the kind of setups I like to play. But this might be a different situation. I'm gonna trust some instincts here. Keep it solid and straightforward. And now we gotta handle this situation. What do we do? How should we handle it? Or should we just do this? I think this is reasonable. Knight out here. Coming to question bishop here. Knight there, not really. Knight belongs out now, I think. Gives room for an f4 push, possibly. That bishop doesn't look too happy, but he's solid. Uh, let's play with f4. F4 is pretty much the only logical move here, really. Now it's reached a very tactically harsh, very tactically right position. Important to play very precisely here. Of course, black can just fiddle around at the back and make it a slow burner. A lot of people try to do that. Some have done it successfully even, but I think in a 10-minute game, it ought not to work. But because the thing is, White, even though he has some pretty decent setups here, some good outposts and stuff, is not enough to really crack the onion open. It's not enough to actually crack the onion open, and we do got like stuff like this which popped up kind of out of, I won't say out of nowhere, but I'll just say it is suboptimal. We can see that. So I think I misplayed this slightly. I have to admit that. And question comes, do we take this and allow him to capture here? I guess we should take that bishop. It's a good bishop. Of course, I've blunted that bishop with my central pawn mass, but that could dissipate in no time. Suddenly it would just evaporate. So I'm not going to put too much long-term stock in that and just take off the bishop pair rather than allow him to trade his knight for my bishop. Both are reasonable propositions, but a big question will come into play at some point. Do we capture with the pawn or this pawn? I think capturing with this pawn feels good, opening up the rook, and yeah, of course, he's now also busy calculating the complications of this maneuver here. Oh, it's an interesting choice. What if we take the bishop, just playing devil's advocate here for a second, hear me out, and then, nah, nah. Maybe this is the most solid way to defend that. Enables doubling up, enables shifting sideways. Um, White is keeping the pressure on with a move like this, allowing black to decide if he wants to try to liquidate and give me a slightly superior pawn structure. Or he could weaken his own setup slightly and force the knights off the board, which is probably not a bad idea. I think it's a relatively solid setup for black with the pawn up there. That's what I would strongly consider doing if I were black. Because of this lovely knight at the back, guarding so many key squares. Yeah. And what if black doesn't do anything? Like, what if he does something? Okay, he does do that move ultimately, and I think it's the right move from him. So we have to continue. So now I think black has a pretty decent outcome from the opening because he's got this target, and my pieces, although they're looking at stuff, they're not really hitting the mark. Let's face it. And that's one of the most important lessons in chess, is to just face the truth sometimes. And yeah, now we've got to consider that many things might happen here. He's likely to try to pile up pressure on this pawn. My king's going to end up awkward, rook's going to end up awkward. It's going to be weird, and this is not a pleasant setup, really. Um, so, yeah. So, so it begins the grind. So begins grind. Now this move is there to try to dampen a pawn break and to also get some sort of momentum here on the queen side. But of course, a move like this is not too bad. But at least we get some action going on here, you know? This knight isn't going to do anything otherwise. We have got to put him to work because all the other guys are not going to do shit in this configuration. They're not going to do shit. Let's be frank. The knight, we got to make him get a job. We got to give this guy a job. We got to make the new plan here. Queen coming in with some momentum plays. Should we side shift the queen? I think here is pretty good. It keeps a kind of angle open and over protecting the central pawn. Very interesting idea. Going to now just get room on the queen side, get some room, get some play going, get a kind of a plan rolling, coax a few issues in the position. He's planning to do this, but And actually, we have this kind of a move here. I forgot about this. Look at this. It's a powerful move. It's a really powerful move. If we manage to play it at the right time. If he gets his king out of the way, we can't do it. If we do it now, he could take here. He could. And we could then probably attack him. Get him to come back or something. And capture here, capture here. It's almost something, but it's ain't nothing. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. So, okay, I didn't see the move. I'm sorry, guys. Shit. I'm starting to get a feeling like I might be digging myself into a hole I don't want to. Starting to get a bad feeling about this, guys. I don't know, man. I got a bad feeling about this one. A bad feeling. Maybe we gotta take it here rather than give him a passed pawn. Give him a lot of momentum play and yeah, this is decent. This is decent. It's asking some questions. It's somewhat unsettling. We could try to hold the position tight with the knight back. Perhaps that's what we should do. He's ganging up the pressure. I told you this was going to happen. Don't say I didn't tell you, man. I've been telling you this whole bloody time. This is what's going to happen. We've got to play this move. This move is asking questions from the back side, and it's forcing him out from his attacking posture a little bit. He's likely to come back here, and we should probably just centralize. It's all happening here. It's a tough game. We've saved our pennies in a way. Okay, that's not the spot I was expecting, but it's a decent spot too. Mhm. This is a kind of aggressive move. So taking the check. Do we deliver another check and try to mate him? No, not going to work. Queen here is pressure is starting to mount on both players. Let's face it. It's not 100% clear that I'll be able to defend this bishop. So I've got to find a way to slide either him or my queen out of the firing line pretty soon. Otherwise, get the knight back for a rearguard defense. I think it works. I think I'm holding it all together. But now we've only got 2.5 minutes left. He's got 3 minutes left. So it's turning into a blitz game. It's still a fairly complicated position. Got to play quick, but got to keep the accuracy high still. Accuracy is important. We're in the 30th move. Next 10 moves are going to be pretty much decisive for the outcome of the game in terms of positional authority, at least. It's a fairly decent move. Ah, he's got this. He's got this. Shit. Okay, didn't play it. And that allows us to do this because now we can't. Because we can't take it. The king is defended from that pin. Critical moves here. Pretty much you have to take it like this. Something feels a bit loose here. Feeling a little bit anxious, but yes, I still have it under control then. There's something tactical in the air. Where +1, it's not a big advantage. Just this one pawn here. So objectively, I'd say it's close to a drawn position because this pawn isn't going to make the difference. But we have to use that pawn and this position to try to create something. He's got the nice control of this file. Of course, it's not really worth much. Maybe this file is a better one. This bishop definitely needs to be held onto. He's losing time. He's losing time rapidly here. And just made a move that is sort of keeping some tempo going. Shit! He busted me on the back rank. Fucking son of a bitch. Busted me on the back rank there. Damn it. Good move. Okay. Yeah. Lame one move threat there by me. How are we going to handle this? There's nothing we can really do. It's time to resign. Good game. Credit to him for an excellent tactical execution there. And let's have a look. It was a pretty even game right until the end where I blundered. So, pretty solid game. High quality book opening position. F4, not quite the right idea. F4, a little bit too much. Should instead go for something a bit more neutral, a bit more basic, like holding the structure and not really doing too much. That seems to be the right professional way to play these kind of positions. Keeping this kind of super solid structure and really not trying to do anything actually. Yeah. Okay. We try to do something and sometimes it helps, sometimes it harms. I could have done that move here actually. That might have been better. But yeah, you can see that oh, knight there. That was an interesting idea. Now, I think there was an opportunity to play e4, I was thinking, but even knight here comes into play. It's a wild move. I don't know the aftermath. Let's have a look. What's the follow-up? Why can't he take here? Is it just because the rook comes in and then further pressure? Right. Nice. Yeah, real momentum play there. And now things start to go wrong, but I'm still not taking my chances. I'm not playing with the motifs. Bad play. Really bad play. Really bad. keeping a modest edge, but not really seizing the advantage. Both of us had our moments here, actually. White more so than black, I would say. And here comes this maneuver. You see, this whole backrank maneuver is starting right here. It's incredible. It's incredible that this is what he was planning. This backrank maneuver here. Uh, this move, Bishop here was it was missing the point. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't the most immediate priority. It was sort of like a filler move. If we think about it objectively, I should have seen the back rank was weak and just played a softening move here. What would have been best? Rook f1. That's also pretty good, I guess. Yeah, I think this would have been the most solid way to play. I was just worried that the bishop might get close to getting trapped. I suppose rook here saves the day. Hmm. Okay. But yeah, we missed that, and then after this, it was just over. So, all right, good game. Thanks for watching.